All right, Mark, we moved to the area round of the playoffs. Let's start in 6A Division One. Permian and Midland Legacy. No easy task here as Permian takes on North Crowley. Legacy, a rematch with Euless Trinity from early in the season.
Indeed, and I want to talk that one first. The fact that it's an 18-point game they played at Trinity, and now Legacy gets them at Broadband Stadium Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Obviously, we know the schedule that Legacy has played. They started 0-4. They've won 6 of their last 7, and they come in, obviously, riding a ton of momentum. But, man, Trinity, man, large. I mean, they're a typical team. What little bit I know about them, they've got the typical Samoan contingent that go to school there, and they're going to be extremely big, extremely physical, and Legacy will have their work cut out for them. Now, they got to the third round last year, having to go through them. Let's see if they can do that. Now, the Permian matchup, North Crowley, ooh, yeah, that one's tough. But Permian going on the road, winning by 3 touchdowns against East Lake last week. I like the fact that, it's not foreign to them to have to go travel. They travel 4 hours to El Paso. Now they're going 5 hours to the Metroplex as they lost their coin flip against North Crowley. But, man, North Crowley, outside of maybe South Lake Carroll in 6A in Region 1, they may be the best team out there. So, yes, Permian will have their hands full, but they, again, they played Plano early. It's not going to intimidate them. It's simply going to be, can Permian match the speed of North Crowley? Because from what little I found, they are very, very fast.
Let's move to 6A Division II. Midland at 8-3. They're taking on Crowley, who's at 7-4. And then you've got Friendship, 10-1 on the year, a rematch of last year's area round as they take on South Lake Carroll.
In fact, for the third year in a row, these two go at it. 2 years ago, it was 70-7. Last year, 42-7. So closer. But now, to me, I look at the Friendship matchup as sometimes in a lot of these games you talk about, you don't want to get into a shootout. If you're Friendship, I think you do want to get into a shootout, because with Holden Phillips and those 52 touchdowns like we talked about on the show last Friday, Friendship's single-season record there, and he's continuing to ascend the all-time Texas single-season passing touchdown record list. Obviously, their hands are full with South Lake Carroll, because the difference in these two games the last 2 years has been Carroll's defense has been so good and just swarming. But Friendship, knowing that coming into the year, they played Byron Nelson, who plays in Carroll's district, had them beat, let them off the hook in that week 1, and Friendship hadn't lost since. So to me, Friendship is built better than the last 2 years to take on Carroll. Now, does it get into a shootout? Because if it does, I like the Tigers' chances. If it doesn't, if it stays, in the 20s, that means Carroll's defense is getting the best of Friendship's offense. So a lot of these games you look at, well, what's the other side of the ball like? But to me, it does come down to Friendship's offense and how they attack Carroll's defense. Now, in the other game, I like Midland here against Crowley. The Bulldogs, the way they run the ball with the triple option, Stroman Bridges, Elijah McCoy, I like Midland to get a win. They're playing Saturday night in Abilene, but I like Midland to move on, and they'll probably get Denton Geyer. That'll be a big test for them next week. Not that this one is not. But of the 4 teams in 2-6A, I like Midland High's chances the best to advance.